Hello, I'm Plumpy from Whatculture.com, and I'm joined by everyone's best friend, Peter Austin.
Oh, you get nicer every time.
I do.
Eventually you'll reach a peak and then you'll just start saying horrible things about me.
I think I'm just going to kind of just treat you with like more and more gentleness. Like eventually it will just be me holding you like in this little shoebox filled with cotton wool, and you'll just be peeking out and then just having a little sleep after giving some news.
Oh, that's nice.
That sounds comforting.
Be the little like news kitten that lives in here all the time.
Look, Peter. Tell them your news,
and
you'll see, and then you'll go back to sleep, and it'll be lovely.
Wow, weirdest intro so far. Good. What are we here to talk about
We
today?
got monster news today.
Oh yes, it's monstrous news. Godzilla and King Kong.
I really like King Kong Skull Island.
Yeah, do you know what? I thought it was going to be pretty bollocks.
The more I think about it, the more fun I had.
Yeah, the first trailer came out, looked great, looked tense and dark, and they didn't reveal him properly, which is how you're supposed to do these things. Second trailer came out,
There he is.
an enormous number of shots of his full body.
Hello.
Oh, it's like we're going on a crazy road trip in a helicopter. But then we watched it, and
it was fun.
It was pretty good.
It was really good fun. Godzilla, slightly less so, but I thought when the monsters fought, it was fun.
Yeah, if you haven't already heard, those two films are in the same universe.
Yes, that's right. They are a shared. It's not really like a full monsterverse. It's not the universal monsterverse, which is going to link the Mummy and Wolfman, the Invisible Man, Jekyll and Hyde. That's already starting over there with Tom Cruise. Look at him. Look how small he is.
Yes.
Instead, this is just Godzilla. All the Godzilla monsters like Rodan and King Ghidorah and hopefully little Godzilla. Godzuki. That would be nice.
Mothra. Like me being in Godzilla.
That would be nice. And yes, it's all leading. We got Godzilla, King of Monsters. Is that it?
Yeah.
I think it's called. And then we're leading up to the SmackDown Godzilla versus King Kong, and that's why we're here today, because that film has got a director.
Adam Wingard.
I love Adam Wingard.
Do you?
I think he's brilliant. Like, he's genuinely one of the most underrated. He's making proper cult hits.
Yeah, he actually is. You're Next.
You're Next is fantastic. It's really, really funny. I was in a screening of that, and I genuinely felt like I was the only one who got it, because I was pissing myself at the end, and everyone else around me hated it.
Right.
But I loved it. Same with The Guest. The Guest is an amazing film.
The thing about You're Next is it gained more of a following after the fact. So, I'm not surprised that a lot of people were sitting there sort of at the time going, what is this? But it's now got this kind of cult following behind it.
Well, it was such a canny made film. Like, it was marketed cleverly. It was marketed as a more or less a straight horror.
Right.
And then as it kind of... It just unfurled a little bit to reveal this kind of weird, alternate sense of humour.
Okay.
It was really, really fun. The Guest, again, if you haven't seen it, watch it. It makes that film is my argument as to why Dan Stevens should be James Bond.
Oh, okay.
He's that good.
I've not seen The Guest.
Really, really good. And also, like, he's done like my favourite bits in compilation films. Like, he's done like VHS, which is a found footage compilation thing, and also ABCs of Death. He does the best one. He does Q. ABCs of Death is a brilliant, like 26 short films about death.
Really weird.
He does Q, and it's the best one.
Yeah. It's like that's like a meta one that he does, where the directors play themselves, and like their entry goes kind of wrong and weird.
It's brilliant.
Yeah,
it's really good.
He was also he did Blair Witch.
Which was fine.
I've also not seen that, but I actually thought the trailers looked good. I don't know how it was received. I think it was sort of middling, but
yeah, people didn't hate it.
No, so that's fine.
That's the thing, is like, I know with Godzilla, we saw what happened when cherished independent director was absorbed by the Hollywood machine.
Right.
Gareth Edwards didn't the film suffered.
Yes.
And that may happen with Adam Wingard, but for now, I'm really excited, because he's just so. Like, first of all, he's a big creature feature lover, which helps, and also he's just got this very canny, very wry sense of humor, and he's just imaginative, and like that is the greatest asset I think a director can have.
Yeah, and with a monster film as well, you need that kind of creative, that imagination, to take it in a slightly different direction, because there's only so many things you can do with some big monsters in a city. So if you have that spark and that creative flow, then yeah, maybe he'll be able to do things with it that
he's got a very slight eccentric flair to him, which I think, yeah, if you're building a film around a fight, the fight's got to be interesting.
Right. Interestingly, T.S. Nolan, who was a writer on Pacific Rim and Maze Runner, is also tied into this film.
Okay.
I thought Pacific Rim, despite being, you know, it's very silly, and you probably have like 6 cans of beer and all the Doritos in the world while you're watching it.
Yeah.
It's not highbrow.
No.
I enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it.
I love the fights.
Yeah.
And I respect the fact that they actually tried to build a world.
Right.
Like, you know, building inside a kaiju's rib cage
Yes.
and stuff like that. Like, that is attention to detail, which I think would marry with Adam Wingard's sort of sense of humour.
Yeah, they didn't just go, oh yeah, there's monsters coming out the sea and there's robots fighting them, and that's all we're going to see. They had this whole like black market, people come after the monsters have died, which is, you never see that in a film after the monsters died, and they come and strip the bodies away. And yeah, I'm especially looking forward to this now, and it's looking like it's got some very good people tied to it. So
it's one of the kind of few, I think, picks that could really that manages to not only be completely satisfying but also surprising.
Yes, we just have to hope that in the meantime, the Godzilla that's coming out before then.
Yes, yeah. Because Godzilla vs King Kong is
of course,
the big blow off to everything.
Yeah. So the Godzilla that comes out before then, we have to hope that that's good enough to, you know, keep the momentum, keep the interest.
Surely it's got to skew a little bit sillier.
Yeah.
Because that thing is like, Godzilla was very serious.
Yes, it was.
Which is fine if you nail it, but the problem was it just didn't, like, you know, getting rid of Bryan Cranston halfway through your film
that was weird.
doesn't help, because he was brilliant. Like, the first half of that film is fantastic. It's just when it switches over to Aaron Taylor-Johnson.
Yeah, it was strange. So, we'll have to just watch this space, right? See who else gets announced. Stick with us for extra little bits of news on this. News, and I'll go and get back in my my little nest, shall I?
Please do. You've been awake for an awfully long time.
Yeah.
You're all tuckered out.
Sleepy. Can I have some hot cocoa?
Yes.
Come and tuck me in.
Let's put you to bed. Come on, please.